Wait, so you're saying we're not getting a Blackpink album before the tour? Katseye receiving backlash for who they're associating themselves with. Kiss of Life, Julie's apology, the Ive Wonyoung Karina Fanwar, and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, of course, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. But without further ado, no matter what you're going through today, let's just enjoy some ridiculous K-pop news. I know, we've been talking about Blackpink's tour more than Blackpink themselves. The joke is that's not hard to beat, whatever. And that's because media outlets reported, and I quote, Blackpink is set to release a new song along with a full group tour this coming July. Now, if you're new here, Blink's want a full album. Where do I even begin to explain this? People were already finding it quite ridiculous that there was no sight of a comeback before their world tour. Like, how are you going to have a world tour and not have a comeback before that world tour? And some people were even saying, like, they're probably going to have a comeback in the middle of the tour. And I was like, oh, you know, that's ridiculous. Like, just, you know, have some faith. But I don't know anymore. Like, the way that media outlets are reporting it makes it sound that they're going to have a single start the tour and then sometime after that drop an album. Now, this, of course, is what the media is saying. YG Entertainment hasn't confirmed anything, which is leading to even more fan frustration. This is why fans are angry. They want to know, when is the song coming out? When is the album coming out? Is the album coming out before or after the tour, during the tour? What is going on? They want more clarity. They feel that they've been waiting for Blackpink long enough. In fact, it's nearing 1,000 days since their last comeback. It seems a lot of fans would just like a little bit of clarity. Let's read some responses. So the original tweet: in July, Blackpink is expected to release a new single, according to the music industry. So in July, but like also their tour starts in July. I don't want an effing music industry. I want an effing confirmation from YG itself. Every month, Blackpink is expected to release a new single. Literally, how many months has it been that somebody tweets something like this? They've been expected to do so since 1999. We get it. A song, not an album. So you tell me that people like me bought concert tickets to maybe only have a new song and not even the album? Are you kidding me, YG? You know, the closer and closer we get to this tour, which, let me pull it up, deadline, Blackpink. Okay, so the first stop is in July. So we have about a month for something to happen, right? But the question remains, will we see a single within that month or the full album release within that month? Is the deadline tour going to be all their old songs or their new songs? I mean, we could talk about it for a second. Does it make sense to start the beginning of the tour with old songs and then have to change the whole set list and everything to accommodate the new album? I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comments. What is going on with Katseye? There's about 3 different things going on, actually. So Daniela's mom has been a topic of conversation because it seems that someone found that she was following Trump. There was a tweet going viral basically showing this screenshot where it seems that her mother is following Donald Trump. So as we can see, former World Ballroom Dance Champion, mom to Daniela, from Katseye. So if I go to her profile myself, let's just go check out her following. So right now it doesn't show anything. But this, of course, sparked a lot of conversation. Donald Trump is followed on Instagram by the mom of Katseye's Daniela. 58% of Cubans voted for Trump in the last United States election cycle. So again, this tweet had 6.9 million views. So there's a lot of people saying like, oh, I knew because of the way she acted during this, or I knew because of that. But there were a lot of people also defending her, basically saying like, your parents don't necessarily represent what you believe yourself. The Daniela realized that most people don't share their parents' political beliefs. This literally means nothing because your parents' stance on politics doesn't mean it's yours too. My parents are conservative Christians and I'm still gay and liberal, lol. Dragging someone over their parents' politics will never be the drag you think it is. But of course, let me know what you think of that. I mean, it's a really interesting phenomenon, right? I'm trying to think of other examples when like an idol's parent has said or done something and people like associate it with the idol. Now, I can't think of any K-pop examples of this, but like I remember like Sydney Sweeney having a party and some family members wearing MAGA hats, right? It can be really tricky. I really wonder if there's like a clause in some idol contracts that are like, your parents can't say shit either. Do you guys remember people were following like Rosé's dad on Instagram? I can't remember the specific like details of it, but like he said, or like he liked something and people went wild for it, saying like, oh, Rosé hates YG or something. I'm trying to remember. I think if anyone remembers, let me know. But I feel like we haven't heard of Rosé's alleged dad since. twins. It's really tricky with parents or like anyone associated with them. But anyways, moving on. Katseye were also receiving backlash for hanging out with Scooter Braun, with people saying that Scooter Braun is a Zionist. So it seems that they all went to Disneyland. He even posted on his stories, "Today was a great day," and we see 2 members of Katseye. This didn't go over well with some fans because of what Scooter Braun supports. So pairing that with the fact that Daniela's mom was seemingly following Trump on Instagram, and then them now hanging out with Scooter Braun, which then brings us to Fanwar Friday, because it seems that Megan from Katseye was spotted at Adela's event. I've been seeing this video absolutely everywhere. Adela, of course, had an event and Megan showed up as a guest. Let's watch a little bit of it. Now, for context, Adela was also on Dream Academy. Dream Academy, of course, being the survival program that created Katseye, which was then followed by a documentary. A lot of fans seem to think that there's beef between Adela and Katseye, specifically because there was this clip basically where Adela says that, you know, people like Manon because she's pretty. So this caused a bit of a fan where people being like, oh my god, I can't believe Megan is supporting Adela when Manon clearly hates her. Other people being like, she's obviously friends with most of Katseye. You guys are trying to create beef where there's no beef. You will not force people to like that girl, especially most icons. She was caught like shit talking comments about Katseye after the doc and doubled back from it, saying she didn't read it properly. Can people please provide proof of Adela bad-mouthing Katseye? Because the screenshots I've seen are nothing burgers, and if you guys are going to keep making these claims, please bring proof. So on and so forth. But anyways, of course, as always, let me know your thoughts about everything we just talked about. How much importance do you put on someone's association with someone else? Are you more of the mindset of like the individual's actions? Well, I guess associating with someone as an action, like the individual themselves is more of an importance rather than associations, or do you think the associations tell you what you need to know? On another note though, I did see a lot of people commenting about like how if Megan were a K-pop artist, their reactions would be so different. And I have to obviously agree, because especially hanging out with your former survival show castmates, right? Like I feel like that's kind of unheard of. Like if a member were to leave a group, I feel like you would definitely not catch the members talking to that old group member. Or if someone was in a survival show, if they were old trainees, even maybe you wouldn't even see them talking to each other. Anyways, Kids of Life's Julie recently did a live stream where she apologized to the Black community and the Latino community for the group's previous controversial live stream. Now, of course, this controversial live stream was deemed offensive and racist by a lot of fans, and this comes after they pulled out of KCON. So let's take a look at a snippet from this live stream.
Actually, the members and I wanted to speak up about what happened before and even after the apology letter went up. But we wanted to be very careful about how we brought up the situation. And we brought up the idea about, whether or not to move forward on with Hannah and Addie's birthday live stream. But, we decided that to respect Hannah and Addie's special days and wait till their birthdays were over to talk about what happened, which, I guess it turned out to today.
So essentially they wanted to wait until after Nadia and Hannah's birthdays to talk about this, which I know rubs a lot of people the wrong way. Like why wait?
And yeah, it is nerve-wracking talking about everything that is going on, but because we are a bit more of a mature group, it's very important for us to take accountability for our actions, whether it is good or bad.
Okay, so another thing I've seen a lot of people comment on is, why was it only her? Where were the other members to discuss this as well? And other people saying, well, it was her birthday live, so she was the one to address it. But anyways.
Yeah. Yes, we do realize that what we did was wrong, and we spent a lot of time together on how to learn from this and move forward, trying to educate ourselves more so that something like this doesn't happen again. And I want to take the time to use this opportunity to apologize to the Black and Latino community. And we do understand that we've hurt and disappointed a lot of our fans.
So again, just because I've seen a lot of discussion surrounding this, a lot of people were happy that she specifically address the Black and Latino community.
And, what we can promise is that we're working hard to be better and show everyone our passion for music in whatever genre it is. I wanted to say this in person, and yeah, I hope you guys feel our genuality. Sorry.
So of course, let's read some responses. Julie has always been apologetic and genuine. She has taken accountability and apologized several times now. You don't have to accept the apology, just leave them alone. You weirdos need to stop bullying and harassing Kiss of Life. They never intentionally hurt anyone. This apology will probably be accepted way quicker than the last two because it feels more genuine and she addressed the community she hurt directly. Don't they have a comeback coming up? I'll give her props for actually apologizing, but it's an apology that came way too late. You let the bitter taste settle and now I can't see the group the same. So I'm sorry, but this is just so fake. They saw the consequences to their actions and finally decided to say something. We are a mature group, doesn't really seem like it, and respect member birthday. What does the other member birthdays have to do with this? I still feel icky towards them. They're promoting globally. 2 of them are English speakers and lived in the West. She also had a past issue for saying the N-word and told everyone that she would learn from it, but she clearly didn't. The B-Day theme was deliberately planned. Some more comments. At least they finally addressed who they actually offended. Why did they have to wait until their birthdays passed? And why is only Julie apologizing? Should have made this apology immediately after her birthday live stream. Waiting 2 months and it being so close to their comeback makes this apology feel a little insincere. So there's still definitely quite a few mixed reactions to this. So what do you think? aespa's Karina continues to receive backlash for her seemingly political post. So for context, she made a post where she was wearing a red shirt with the number 2 on it and a red emoji caption during election season in Korea where idols are supposed to be very careful for showing any political association. So the number 1 in the color blue represent the Democratic Party and the number 2 in the color red represent the Conservative Party. So idols, you will see them, they won't even do a peace sign during election season because it could show a political affiliation. So when she posted that during election season, a lot of people thought that it was on purpose and that she went out of her way to show people that she's a conservative. Now, SM Entertainment have denied this, basically said there was no hidden meaning behind the post and she was just showing her daily life. But this has become a huge scandal. To the point that she has a new nickname, Margarina. The top auto search for the term on Twitter right now is Margarina. Margarina, make America great again, Trump's campaign slogan plus Karina. Here are some comments. She probably likes it. Wow, seriously, it suits her. Her global image is ruined now. That's what happens when you show your true colors. She sure collects nicknames. I used to find her pretty, but now after all this, shouldn't her family be throwing a party or something? Congrats. Now, of course, as we've discussed before, there was also a lot of right-wingers showing support in her comment sections. Even the spokesperson of the Conservative Party shouted out aespa in their Instagram stories. But funny enough, this ended up starting a fan war. Oh my god, you guys are lucky. Mark your calendars. We got 2 fan war Fridays in one singular video. Essentially, Ive Wonyoung posted this photo. And again, it seems like quite innocent, right? What is wrong with this photo? How could this photo start a whole fan war? Well, it's in black and white, and people noted that in the original photo, she's wearing blue. So because she was originally wearing blue and it's election season in Korea, and she put the photo in black and white, she was therefore preventing any type of scandal for herself. But some fans started calling this shady, that Wonyoung is a pick-me and not a girl's girl. Now keep in mind, it's a fan war. Majoritarily, people were praising Wonyoung for avoiding a scandal, for having great PR training during this time. But let's read some comments. Karina is being shamed and viciously attacked by incels. It's bizarre that she used this as a gotcha moment to prove she's better than others. Women's worst enemy is other women. Nasty girl behave. Too smart for knowing exactly how to grab attention, but not a girl's girl. How do you not know the controversy Karina's facing right now? Literally a pick-me girl. But then this further escalated when people started pointing out videos where it seems aespa is mocking Ive. Again, this is just a fan war, so don't put too much emphasis on it. Ningning and Giselle are accused of mocking the members while standing next to them on stage at the 2023 Kayote that took place on December 31st, 2023 by covering their faces in a similar manner. And this seemingly because Liz and Ray were covering their faces because they were crying, as we can see here. And then aespa were also accused of laughing at Ray's tearful speech at the MMAs as she spoke about her hiatus. To me, it seems clear that it's it's so heartfelt, but thus is the nature of a fan war. But yeah, that's where we are now. I have a question. Did you expect this to get as big as it did? Let's discuss. We haven't talked about NewJeans in a while, but it was recently reported how much they would have to pay should they promote without Adore's explicit permission. Now, a lot of people are saying this is old news. We already knew about this. I mean, yeah, we knew about the injunction and Adore winning the injunction. We didn't know about the specific amounts that NewJeans would have to pay should they go against it. So as we know previously, they were promoting under NJZ independently, according to them. And this was, of course, without Adore's permission. So then Adore filed an injunction to prevent them from doing that. And this injunction was granted. But on May 30th, the court basically revealed how much they would have to pay should they break this. A whopping 1 billion Korean won, so 729,000 USD in damages per violation. And NewJeans would also have to bear the legal costs of the application. So the debtor NJZ must not engage in entertainment activities independently or through a third party without Adore's prior approval or consent until the first trial verdict on the contract's validity is announced. So we're still waiting for that. We're still waiting on the lawsuit to prove whether or not their contract is valid. And from there, it will be decided whether or not NJZ would be allowed to continue to exist, though they're not currently. Here's a couple comments. This is how it should be. Do you think a contract is a joke? Wow. So this means 1 billion Korean won per person? If the debtor breaches the contract, then it's 1 billion per person per violation. I made a short about this, so let's read some comments. Yeah, kind of saw that coming. Whoever their legal team is, they aren't doing the girls any favors. Or the girls aren't listening to their attorneys. Either way, this is how business law works. You breach a contract, you are liable for the terms of that contract. I've also seen a lot of people say, if this goes through, if Adore wins, it might set a dangerous precedent for idols. And I mean, a lot of people are pointing out that, like, you know, if you're a normal company worker and you're going to say that's obvious. We're just discussing here, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. If you're like a normal company worker, like, you can leave anytime you want, basically, but idols are stuck. They're absolutely stuck. And we see this quite a bit. Idols being mistreated, idols not being happy where they are and being stuck in their contracts, and there is no way out, which obviously the two jobs are very different. But can you imagine signing a contract thinking one thing and then the reality being quite different, and you have no way out of that, and your career is done, like, is dead, is done. You cannot do anything. Wake me up when this is all over. Makes sense. Until Adore announces that their contract with NewJeans is terminated, they are still under Adore's NewJeans, not NJZ. You cannot just say that you are leaving the company without terminating it. This is bound to happen, to be honest. Just where are their parents, and why did they let them get screwed up to this extent? There's also like reports of one of the members' parents, one of the members' fathers, not agreeing with them going through with this, and then having to allegedly battle in court for like parental rights because one of the parents was on board with this, one of the parents wasn't. Take that with a grain of salt. I feel like Minheejin intentionally did this with NewJeans. Someone who has been in the industry since long, knew about these rules, but still baited NewJeans into creating a new group. This is so stupid. They literally put themselves in a position where there's no way of not paying from their side. They can either pay and leave, or pay a bit less and stay, or apologize, pay even less and stay, but their pride wouldn't let them, and all that because Minheejin is a power-hungry psycho. They had so much potential. When is NewJeans' original contract up? They should just suck in their pride and fulfill their original contract, then don't re-sign. Is it like almost 3 years into their careers now? Wouldn't there be like 4 years left or something? I'm not sure. The ruling does not apply retrospectively, sparing the 5 NewJeans members. Stop referring to them as NJZ. They can't afford it, lol. Now, from what I've read, it seems that the lawsuit to determine the validity of their contract is scheduled a couple of days from now, or the second oral argument is scheduled to be held on June 5th. I don't know the most about law. I don't think it's going to be like, oh, we're going to find out June 5th. I feel like this will get dragged out, but we're a little bit closer. It's been like a year, hasn't it? Let's move on to K-pop shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently, and our quick news. So G-Dragon and Sana, there have been rumors that G-Dragon is dating Sana. And this is because G-Dragon went to the Coldplay concert. Twice were opening for Coldplay, and G-Dragon took a picture and tagged Sana personally, though it was then deleted. But then people found out that G-Dragon was going to be on Doug's Fridge show with Sana, which led people to stop thinking that it was romantic and more that they knew each other from the show. The announcement led fans to speculate that the Instagram tag may have simply been related to filming for the show rather than anything romantic. So a viral post titled, "So Gigi had a connection with Sana from way back, huh? Why did he get hate for this again, lol?" Turns out the whole thing was just for Fridge interview and he only tagged Sana, lol. The reporters who jumped to conclusions and wrote articles over meaningless concert tag are the real problem. It must be exhausting for anyone involved. Gigi, Sana, and Doug sounds fun though. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, forgive me. Wouldn't that be the plan though? Like, you tag her, no, This is K-pop. This is not his first day in K-pop either. I feel like he knew what he was doing, absolutely. Like causing controversy, knowing that people would jump on a dating rumor to then promote this show. Like, to me, retrospectively, it seems like it's a promotion for the show, but that's just me. Okay, that's just my opinion. Because then also recently his company Galaxy Corporation also denied the dating rumors. We would like to correct the misunderstandings regarding the rumors of G-Dragon's romantic relationships that have recently been spreading online. G-Dragon filmed Dex and Sana's fridge interview on April 14, the day after the final broadcast of MBC's Good Day. On April 22nd, Twice performed as a special guest at Coldplay's concert in Korea. G-Dragon uploaded a story onto his social media and tagged Sana in it as a sign of friendliness shortly after recording the story. G-Dragon attended the fridge interview filming due to his friendship with Dex. It was arranged the day before filming that Sana would appear as well. The reason why he did not address the rumors of this relationship with Sana from the start was because he thought it could be a spoiler for his appearance on Fridge interview. Thank you. But I digress. Fans are discussing Jackson's reaction to a fan. There's this clip going around where Jackson is faced with a fan on this show and he gets up and goes behind a chair. As we can see here, goes behind the chair. And this person even shows, like, look, emotional or psychological distancing. You're subconsciously or consciously trying to create a buffer between you and the other person. And like him licking his lips as well as like a sign of something. So people were discussing this interaction. His hands, how he's holding on to the chair.
You know, you have been like stressful and then lots of pressure about him, and then
host can't read the room. Your job is to make guests feel comfortable. He knows something we don't. That's why the reaction. Doesn't he usually get very huggy with fans? This is new. The way he backed up and used that chair as a shield is crazy because Jackson loves embracing his fans. So some people think that this person was assassing. So I reckon that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Oh, go subscribe to my second channel because we've been playing a lot of Genshin. Bye.